That bitch lied. Act 1. Coming out. The girl had been living a lie, but all of that was about to change. She came out to her gay best friend and to herself at Birmingham Pride 2019. She got into her first relationship with a woman at London Pride 2019. She learnt quickly that lesbians move fast, if you know what I mean. But the girl was happy, and she actually felt free, relaxed and at ease about being out publicly. And why wouldn't she, when this was who she was meant to be? She was a bit annoyed that now she had to cut her nails, but then she remembered that she no longer had to sleep with males, so pros and cons. She'd written in her diary, "The first time I slept with a woman, I nearly did cry. Bathing in satisfaction, all I could do was sigh." At first I was scared of going down there, but really it was fine. No, actually it was sublime. I wanted to jump out of bed, run downstairs and scream, "I love vagina." Obviously I didn't, but I did in my mind. Today's the day I start living my life. The girl lived her first month out, surrounded by pride, with her lover and friends, and she didn't have to hide. She started to reflect and wondered why it had taken her this much time. She figured society told her she was straight, and that bitch lied. But the girl and her girlfriend rolled out of June and into July, where the heterosexuals take back over and pride begins to die. The rainbows had gone, and there were no more flags to fly. Act 2. Freaking out. The girl had started to feel uneasy. Just 1 week before, it was crowds and joy all day. Her first June where she wasn't an undercover gay. She could kiss and hold hands and not feel any type of way. But June was over, and the girl's new girlfriend still wanted PDA. But now the girl was nervous and didn't really want her sexuality displayed. July was not June. July made her feel afraid. She wrote in her diary, "I was just completely unprepared for the strange looks and the non-approving stares. My sexuality is for me, so why do they even care? I was finally feeling comfortable. This just isn't fair." She was back to square one. The girl was suddenly in a state of self-doubt after plucking up all that courage to finally come out. And conversations with her loved ones really didn't help. Her gay best friend, who I guess now they're both queer is just her best friend, questioned her on all the men she'd been with before and whether that was just pretend. After all, she'd been with men again and again and again. And 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 again. The girl shushed her best friend and brought that discussion to a swift end. The truth of it though, her previous relations with men she couldn't comprehend and therefore couldn't defend, and she wondered whether she was a fraud because of all those men. The girl's new girlfriend was insecure about that too, because apparently experimenting is sometimes what straight women do. But the girl knew that she was queer, and she always had. But she grew up in a house with a Jamaican dad, which meant that same-sex relationships were seen as, well, bad, awful, terrible, worthy of shouting at the screen when soap started adding same-sex relationships, worthy of shouting at the front page of the newspaper when Will Young came out. Gosh, it was a whole scene. We were in the car. I thought we were going to crash. Anyway. Her brother asked her, "What do you think Dad would say?" Which hurt her because the girl would never know. now that her dad had passed away. She wondered, now she's gay, whether she was allowed to pray. Probably not, she thought, because God didn't like her sort. And she started to wonder whether God had it out for her when she ran into an ex. As soon as he opened his big mouth, the girl was immediately vexed. The annoying man said, laughing, "Ha ha ha ha! You mixed race girls, man. Rest assured, you're a lesbian because you're bored. Or because a man's treated you like shit. Yeah. That's definitely it." The girl kissed her teeth and ignored his opinion, but was enraged by the way that he ignored her dominion. From that sweet June, things had changed now. Coming out at 26, she felt assured and secure, but she felt strange now, like people around her were making her unsure, and her mum said some things that pissed her off just a little bit more. "Oh, I just always imagined your partner would fix my car. And I hope I'm still getting grandchildren. Are you sure about this?" The girl was frustrated. Even though no one seemed to overtly mind that she was gay, they seemed to not find it credible because of the delay, suggesting she was bi because she didn't used to be this way, looking at her decision like, ooh, risque, as if her legs and her breasts were out on the same day, which the girl would never do. She wrote in her diary, "Imagine coming out and being told that you're not gay. I'm telling people that I like women now, okay? And they're like, nah, men have done this to you by treating you a certain way." Or counter-argue with, "But didn't you suck a dick just the other day?" Look, I know it's hard to believe, but that was just a 10-year phase. A phase we'll now refer to as the darkest of days. The girl slammed her diary shut. And in the coming months, she found herself single again, but was relieved by the fact that she still didn't want men, even though they were hitting on her more than ever, because of course, a gay girl to a straight man was a new endeavour. Act 3, chilling out. It was a year since the girl came out, and it had been a lot. But she was learning to trust herself, to listen to herself, to care about herself, because her journey was for her, not anybody else. She stopped feeling like a fraud when she ticked the lesbian box, because she refused to be defined by a bunch of cocks. She even came out to her dad. She went and sat at his grave. She felt his love instantly and was glad that she was brave. She also renewed her relationship with God, and if no church wanted her, she would be a one-woman squad. The girl fell in love. It was deeper than she'd ever been, with someone that not only saw her, but made her feel seen. She wrote, "I know why I came out so late. I was born into a world that told me I was straight, steered me away from a natural state. So now when someone's gay, we have to celebrate. And I didn't want a song and dance about who I am, but I get it. This binary world is a complete sham. But I'm proud now. Even though it took 10 years to evaluate and miscommunicate my sexuality, which I refused to illustrate, knowing that I wanted a woman to stimulate, to appreciate, but society just kept telling me I was straight. I mean, society really tried. But now I know that that bitch lied.